just agree with Ezenwa, because the missing link we have is that engagement with citizens groups. So you look at the manifesto of political parties. Don't be surprised that you're looking at Party A, Party B, Party C. The only difference you may see will just be the party name and the party logo, and perhaps the acronyms of the political parties. There's no difference. So, but because you don't have that critical engagement with citizens groups that will help you to set targets, so that at the end of the day, when you're saying in 1 month, 100 days in office, because that's where we have all of the jamborees that you see, 100 days in office, tricycles are distributed, but you have not asked the question about what was it that you promised that you would do in 100 days. We came from, there was this time we had one president who came and gave a list of 100 days, one activity per day for 100 days that he would achieve in office, and by 100 days they have not even ticked off the first thing. And then you are asking what happened, and he said, oh, okay, it's different. What it shows is that we now have this kind of ritual that people feel that when you have a very good campaign, you do the jamboree, you bring the musicians, it's more or less entertainment. So I was discussing with a few people from Ondo State, and I was asking them, what are your concerns in this election, especially looking at this period? And a lot of them seem to agree that not a lot has changed. The same narrative, the same kind of campaigns, you know, haughty words to each other, unnecessarily heating up the politics. And so they're really interested, they're really concerned about the security going forward. A lot of them are saying if things continue with the way it's going with the campaigns, they may not even come out to vote. And then the people who really are interested, like for instance, some observers who have been in Ondo are talking about the issue of vote buying, that really it's not, there's nothing to address that issue. So when you have the political class who understands that what I need is a structure, what I need is a party name, it's not really about the performance of the party in the past, or looking at the assessment of that and looking at what their programs are, specific programs, not just saying, oh, I'm going to improve the health landscape, I'm going to improve the educational landscape. For instance, if you take Ondo, there are a lot of communities in Ondo, in the riverine areas, that have particularly affected by climate change. Some of those communities, if care is not taken, they will be wiped out because they have this ocean surge. A community like Ayotoro, for instance, you know, there's been this constant that, and none of the candidates are talking about what they will do when they get into office to address the danger that that particular community faces. That used to be one of the prominent communities in the riverine areas in Ondo State, and nobody is talking about the climate effect on that community. So you expect that the community people, the professionals in the state, will engage the candidates to come out with a proper blueprint on what you will do, perhaps in your first 100 days or other things. There's not, and even in the case of the women we're talking about.
Of course, we'll get to the part of the women.